We've been spotted.
Shepard's in the living quarters. See him off project control.
Stop Shepard, now!
Well, you guys quit it with the flashbangs.
Shepard is tearing us apart.
Regroup. Let's go!
Kenzan's acting strange lately. Like she doesn't care about the project anymore. And I know I'm not the only one having those dreams. The Reapers are coming, she says. But I'm not sure if I'm hearing fear or hope in her voice.
There!
Applying flame tech. Get through here, Shepard.
The longer we're here, the more I'm convinced that the project must be stopped. We simply don't know enough about what the Reapers want. It's foolish to assume that the Reapers mean doom for the galaxy. Legends say they've come through before, and yet life continues, doesn't it?
Shepard's heading for project control. Get in there, now!
Taking heavy fire! Burn, Shepard!
Alright. That's where we can start everything up.
Welcome to Project Control.
I want to activate the project.
Warning. Activating the project will result in an estimated 305,000 casualties. Do you wish to continue?
Unfortunately, yes.
Project activation in progress. Warning. Collision with mass relay is imminent. Begin evacuation procedures.
Alert! All colonists living in the Bahak system. This is...
Shepard, no! Do you have any idea what you've done? You leave me no choice. If we can't stop this asteroid, it must be destroyed.
Tell me where to find Dr. Amanda Kenson.
Dr. Kenson is traveling to the reactor core module.
An ESO-core meltdown should do it. Because of you, everyone on this rock will be obliterated.
Not if I get to you first.
At least Shepard tried to warn the colonists before Kenson interfered.
Don't try to stop me, Shepard. I have to do this. I've already activated the project. We can still escape this rock. There is no escape. There's no redemption for what you've done. I will die, never having seen the Reaper's blessings, and you will just die. Damn it, Kenson!
I love how she's gone full fanatic at this point. You heard that, right? I will die, have never seen the Reaper's blessings, but you will just die. Just shows how fully fallen she has, let me say that again. Just shows how far she has truly fallen. How indoctrinated she's really become.
Safety protocols disengaged. Core temperature rising.
Come on!
How do I stabilize the reactor core?
All automatic safety protocols have been overridden. To stabilize the reactor core, manually insert cooling rod A from this control station. Manually insert cooling rod B from control station B. Doing so will stabilize the reactor core. Cooling rod A reinserted. Reactor cooling process has begun.
I need more time. Get in there.
Plasma venting aborted.
that was a wonky charge there.
Taking heavy fire!
This is Williams. I've got Shepard locked in the maintenance area, requesting backup. Backup! Now!
Security log overridden.
Williams!
Reactor temperature approaching critical.
Shepard!
There's the other rod.
Cooling rod being reinserted. Reactor meltdown averted. Core temperature dropping.
You've done nothing, Shepard. I can still override power to the engines. Try to stop me.
Sure thing. Sorry, Hackett.
Step away from the reactor.
You've ruined everything. I can't hear the whispers anymore.
Turn around. Now.
You've taken them away from me. I will never see the Reaper's arrival. All you had to do was stay asleep. None of this had to happen.
Kenton, you don't have to do this. We can get off this asteroid.
No, we cannot.
Warning. Collision imminent. 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 Warning. Collision imminent.
Joker, this is Shepard. I need a pickup, now.
Communication system damaged.
Damn it!
Evacuation protocols in effect. All personnel report to escape shuttles.
Where can I find an escape shuttle?
Take the lift from this room to the external access. From there, proceed to the communications tower. The remaining escape shuttles will be located on the tower's landing pad.
I have to get to that comm tower and take a shuttle. It's my only chance.
You'll notice the time is shorter now, right? That blast knocked us out for a little over an hour. We have less than half an hour until the Reapers arrive. So, yeah. Things are about to get even more intense here.
This is valuable.
See, these upgrades actually kind of help incentivize the idea of doing this before you go to the collector base, just to have extra upgrades, but, you know.
Normalizing pressure in airlock.
So just to add to the tension of the moment here, take a look at this. We see the relay up ahead, and it's getting closer. Like, that's not a static background. It's literally showing that it's getting closer. You'll also see the proximity meter down there at the bottom right. But just right here, you can tell... Look, pay attention to the relay in the background. You can see it getting closer and closer. This is why I love the Locust. Alright, this is why I got the arc projector right here. But again, even right here, you can see it. Look right there. Look how it's slowly getting closer. And again, we could just sit here and let it reach it, and it's going to be game over. Because, boom! Just really nice little touches. And now for a interesting conversation with a familiar face. And voice.
External comm channel open.
Shepard to Normandy. Joker, do you read me?
Hello, Harbinger.
Shepard, you have become an annoyance. You fight against inevitability, dust struggling against cosmic winds. This seems a victory to you, a star system sacrificed. But even now, your greatest civilizations are doomed to fall. Your leaders will beg to serve us.
Maybe you're right. Maybe we can't win this. But we'll fight you regardless. Just like we did Sovereign. Just like I'm doing now. However insignificant we might be, we will fight, we will sacrifice, and we will find a way. That's what humans do.
Know this as you die in vain. Your time will come. Your species will fall. Prepare yourselves for the arrival.
Commander Shepard, Normandy inbound for pickup.
Roger that.
Let's get out of here!
Get us out of here, Joker!
A supernova indeed. An entire system gone, along with a few 100,000 lives. Hackett.
Huh. Looks like you've recovered.
Admiral Hackett.
Sounds like you went through hell down there. How are you feeling?
Fine. No more visions, if that's what you mean. I wasn't expecting to see you here.
You went out there as a favor to me. I decided to debrief you in person. That was before the mass relay exploded and destroyed an entire Batarian system. What the hell happened out there, Commander?
Have you received any intel about what happened?
All I know is I sent you out there to break Amanda Kenson out of prison. And now an entire system is destroyed. I hope you could fill in the leap of logic between those two events.
I confirmed Dr. Kenson's proof. The Reapers were coming. And destroying that relay was the only way to stop them. Kenson sedated me for almost 2 days. I started the engines with little more than an hour left. I tried to warn the Batarian colony, but time ran out.
The Batarians report no survivors from Aratat. At least you tried. And you believe the Reaper invasion really was a threat?
No doubt about it. We literally had minutes to spare.
I'm sure all the details are in your report. I won't lie to you, Shepard. The Batarians will want blood, and there's just enough evidence for a witch hunt. And we don't want war with the Batarians. Not with the Reapers at the galaxy's edge.
What are you saying?
You did what you did for the best of reasons, but there were more than 300,000 Batarians in that system. All dead.
They died to save trillions of lives. If I could have saved them, you bet your ass I would have.
You're preaching to the choir, Commander. If it were up to me, I'd give you a damn medal. Unfortunately, not everyone will see it that way.
So what do you suggest?
Evidence against you is shoddy at best. But at some point, you'll have to go to Earth and face the music. I can't stop it, but I can and will make them fight for it.
So this is why this DLC is kind of mandatory for you to play before you decide to import your save into Mass Effect 3. Because otherwise, what happens at the beginning of Mass Effect 3 doesn't really make that much sense, especially in regards to the dialogue and what they're saying, and just the whole scenario. But then again, there's a number of things about that intro that I just don't like. But I do have something to affect that, but that's something I'll get into next time, since this is effectively going to be the final part of of Mass Effect 2. But anyways, yeah, this is going to help explain the beginning of Mass Effect 3, because otherwise it doesn't really make much sense. However, having gone through this and hearing what he's saying, when you see what happens at the beginning of Mass Effect 3, it's going to make more sense as to why Shepard is in this particular predicament. But yeah. By the way, just listening to him talk, I'm really glad they got Lance Henriksen for this role. I think he's done a great job. He had some time in the first game. This is really the one time we really heard him in the second game. He'll definitely get more of a spotlight in the third game, which is great because Lance Henriksen, I think, has proven that he is pretty awesome.
Is the Alliance prepared for a Reaper invasion?
That's hard to say. It took multiple fleets and the Destiny Ascension to bring Sovereign down, and that was just one Reaper. If the Reapers come in force, we're just not ready.
Is the Alliance concerned about the Batarians' response to this incident?
Very. The Batarians have been looking for an excuse to wage war on us since we showed up in the galaxy. If the Reapers invade, we need the galaxy to work together. If we're at war with the Batarians, the other races will be hesitant to give aid to either side.
I didn't expect to see you aboard a Cerberus vessel.
I don't like Cerberus or the way they do things. But they brought you back to life, and they're actually doing something about the state of the galaxy. Besides, I'm not so sure this is a Cerberus ship anymore. right?
Obviously, that line dialogue is a little different based on when you decide to do this DLC.
I'll gladly stand trial once this mission is done.
Glad to see working with Cerberus hasn't stripped away your sense of honor. Do whatever you have to do out here. But when Earth calls, you make sure you're there with your dress blues on, ready to take the hit. In the meantime, you keep this. I don't need to see a report to know you did the right thing.
Yes, sir.
You've done a hell of a thing, Commander.
See you later, Hackett. Dr. Amanda Kenson was rescued from a Batarian prison on the planet Erotot, and Shepard confirmed her proof of a Reaper invasion. Shepard was captured by Kenson, who had been indoctrinated by Reaper artifact. Shepard escaped and activated the project, destroying the Alpha Relay and ending the Reaper invasion. Dr. Kenson did not survive. The Bahak system and all its inhabitants were destroyed. And that is it. We got a few more upgrades here, though, from that. Feed my fish. And then you get a little extra thing here that you can do. If you have a romantic relationship with someone, you can invite them up. So you can either sit on the couch with them, or you can just cuddle with them and take a nap if you want. So, we'll just go ahead and end on this image here, as that is going to do it for Mass Effect 2. I'm going to do some more wrap-up here involving those extra N7 side missions, just that little extra side content, just to kind of do it, and wrap everything up in my journal. Before I start prepping to import this in Mass Effect 3, I also have been trying to constantly keep an eye on what's been going on with the mods on, for Mass Effect, to see if there was anything else I wanted to add or update for Mass Effect 3. I have a number of mods in place for Mass Effect 3, so just giving you guys a heads up. Mass Effect 3, as you can probably imagine, well, I'm going to have quite a bit to talk about, so just giving you guys a heads up. The beginning of the first part of the next video in this playthrough. Yeah, let me start again. The first part... No, let me start again. Of Mass Effect 3, the very next vid in this playthrough, if you're watching this on the playlist or whatever, I hope you guys get what I'm saying. When we start Mass Effect 3, I'm just going to be sitting and talking for quite a bit of time. I have no idea how long I'm going to be talking, because there is a lot to talk about when it comes to Mass Effect 3. I want to share some of my own personal experience and history, because that's one of the things I do want to talk about, is the history and legacy of that game, and my own personal experience and history with it, because I was there. I remember, because I was there. When it all started, and when it all happened, all of it, if you guys know what I mean, which I'm sure if those of you who remember it back then, you know what I'm talking about. And I've played the base game, just regular, quite a bit. And as you can imagine, a lot of people wanted to mod it. Yes, there are a couple of mods that change and affect the ending. In fact, I actually found one that I'm like, okay, this seems this seems acceptable. This seems fine. Like, I didn't want anything too drastic because I've come to kind of accept how it ended, but at the same time, I know some people to this day refuse to accept it and have tried to create mods to change it, and I totally, applaud them for that. I'm all for it. If you want to do that, by all means. And if you find, whether or not I find something that I like in that regard or want to add myself, then, well, that's going to be, I'll have to figure that out. But I did find one that caught my attention. It's not a finished product. It's still a work in progress. There's a couple of other things that they have said they are working on, as well as working alongside something else or redoing mods that were made for the original trilogy that they are redoing and upgrading for the Legendary Edition. Because for those of you who don't know, there are mods that basically were separate for the original versions of these games and mods that are being made separately for the Legendary Edition. Kind of like how there's separate mods for the original edition of Skyrim and separate mods for the special edition of Skyrim. They can't just work for the same version. They are specifically designed for that specific version. That's how that works. So I have found quite a few mods for Mass Effect 3 that caught my attention, that I liked, and I have implemented and applied to Mass Effect 3. I haven't tested it yet, so I'm hoping it's actually going to work. I'm hoping it's not going to be a colossal mess or glitchy mess, or that I don't experience a bunch of crashes, considering, that I haven't tested it yet. But at the same time, part of the thing that, one of the biggest things that a lot of people have been getting for Mass Effect 3 is what's called a community patch. A patch that is not necessarily about adding content. It's a lot of fixing a lot of issues and bugs and just a number of technical issues because, well, Mass Effect 3 was clearly not as polished of a product as Mass Effect 2 was, in my opinion. There's something in the intro that I'm going to show you guys, which I was hoping they would fix it. They did not, and it's shameful. It's absolutely shameful. I will showcase it and just probably rail against it when we get there. By the way, I love how we can very clearly see Garrus's scars here in this shot. It's really nice. Keep that in mind when we get to Mass Effect 3. Since we, of course, will get to see the follow-up to this pretty early on. It's one of the things I like, but oh boy, when we get started. I even found a mod that is actually going to affect the opening cutscene and such for Mass Effect 3, which I'm hoping is going to make it better because, the intro, I am, looking back on it, I'm not fond of that intro. There's a number of issues that I just don't like about the intro to ME3, and it goes on for a while, and we're not able to get to the real meat of the game until later. It just gets irritating in that regard. But, yeah, I'm going to be wrapping stuff up here in 2, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that what I've been doing in regards to modding Mass Effect 3 is going to work and work properly and not be a big issue for me from a, recording it and posting it on the channel standpoint. And hopefully it will be extremely entertaining for you. There are a couple that I really was surprised by that caught my attention that I decided to implement, which I'm hoping, I'm not going to say what it is, I'm hoping is going to be a legitimately fun, entertaining surprise for you guys. For those of you who have never seen it or heard about it. Because, oh boy, the modding community can come up with some really great fun stuff. So, yeah. So, it's been so great to go through Mass Effect 2 again. Gosh, I love this game. I love this game so much. Going through this again was an absolute joy. I can't wait. I want to do this again. Like, I literally, legitimately want to actually play through these games again, like with different classes. More so 2 than 1. But then again, I found some mods for 1 that I think are going to make going through Mass Effect 1 even better than it was when we did it, because I was just playing it without mods. Now that I'm basically going ahead and going full mods with Mass Effect, it's hopefully going to be a more enjoyable experience for me. So, even though it already was. But you guys know what I mean. So, I hope you guys are ready. I hope you've enjoyed seeing me go through Mass Effect 2. In my opinion, one of the best games ever. And one of my personal favorites ever. You know, I'm sure someone's going to take issue with me saying one of the best. So I'll just throw in that regardless if you think it's one of the best or not, for me, it's one of my personal favorites ever. And that's not going to change anytime soon. When we return for the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, we will be starting one of the more controversial games ever of all time. Mass Effect 3. Stay tuned.